Hello everyone. Today's problem is problem number 509 named Fibonacci number. So for that I'll explain you what is Fibonacci series in short. So a Fibonacci series is a series where the next number is the sum of previous two numbers. So for example, in the Fibonacci series the first two numbers are always fixed, that is 0 and 1. So the next number is the sum of 0 and 1, which is 1, and the next number is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So the next number is 2 plus 1, which is 3. The next number is 3 plus 2, which is 5. And the next number is 5 plus 3, which is 8. And the next number is 8 plus 5, which is 13. So we notice that the next number is the sum of the previous two numbers in every case, and the first two numbers are fixed, that is 0 and 1. So let's get started with the problem. So there are two ways in which we can solve Fibonacci series. The first way is the recursive way and the second way is the iterative way. So first we'll solve it using the recursive way. So let's get started. So whenever we use recursion, we always have a base case. So in this, the base case is, so we'll write the base case. If n is less than or equal to 1, simply return the number itself. Else return the function fib n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. We'll submit and see the output of the code. Accepted. So the runtime in recursive solution is always lower because the time complexity taken in solving the Fibonacci series with using recursion is O of 2 raised to n, which is very slower as compared to the iterative solution. Since in iterative solution we can finish the entire code in the time complexity O of n, so that is much better in terms of the speed of the code. So now let's write the iterative solution. First we'll declare a variable sum which will store the result of the sum. Then we'll remember I told you that the first two numbers are always fixed, that is they are 0 and 1. So we'll declare two variables having 0 and 1 respectively. So now we'll again write the same case, that if n is less than or equal to 1, simply return the number itself. So what this does is, this accounts for the numbers if the n is 0 and 1. Like if the input is 0, then we simply return 0. If the input n is equal to 1, we simply return 1. So now we go ahead with the code. Int I is equal to 2, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. So this loop starts from 2 because I told you that the first two numbers are fixed. So we do not take into consideration the first two numbers. Hence we iterate from the third number, which is I is equal to 2. So now we write sum is equal to A plus B. Remember I told you that if the next number is the sum of the previous two numbers. So this way the sum will be calculated. But before everything, we'll first store the store the sum in the previous B. So like this we write A is equal to B and B is equal to sum, and now we'll return sum. Let's check our code. Yes, accepted. Now we'll see the runtime. See, the runtime is 0 milliseconds and it is 100% faster. So which proves that the iterative solution is much faster than the conventional recursion solution. So I'll explain this step to you. So remember I told you that the next number is the sum of the previous two numbers. So in this case it will compute the sum. The sum will be 1. So now what it will do is, it will assign the value of the B. So our B was this to A, and our sum will be allocated to B. So next time when we solve the sum, it will be 1 plus 1, which is 2, because A will hold the value of 1 and B will also hold the value of 1. So similarly, if you solve it, you'll come to know. So this is all for today. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe to it.